Okay everyone, so now it's time for exercise 14. For this question we have part A and part B, so now I want you to do part A first. So let's look at part A. If m the coordinates of point M is -3, 5, okay, for this point is rotated about the origin O through 180 degree to the point N, alright, and it asks you to find the coordinates of N. For this type of questions, I always advise you to do it, okay, to draw the rectangular coordinate plane, okay, to draw the rectangular coordinate plane. That means I want you to draw the figures, all right. So you can draw it at your rough paper. So now I draw the rectangular coordinate plane. For this one, the y-axis and x-axis, all right. So for the rectangular coordinate plane, it divided into 4 quadrants. For example, this one, quadrant 1, quadrant 2, quadrant 3, and 4. Okay, so we have 4 quadrants. So in these times, I want you to think for the point M, which quadrant that it belongs to. Okay, which quadrant that M belongs to. Okay, for point M, it should belongs to quadrant 2. Okay, it should be belongs to quadrant 2. Do you know the reasons why? So because for quadrant 2, the x coordinate should be negative number, and for the y coordinates should be a positive number. Okay, so for this concept I taught you before. Okay, I taught you before, and for this one is the center. Okay, this is the origin. Okay, so it's O, and it asks you to rotate about the origin through origin O through 180 degree. So which means in this time I want to tell you, once if we rotate 90 degree, okay, if we rotate 90 degree, that means we want to move from one quadrant to another quadrant to the second quadrant. Okay, if we want to rotate 90 degree, that means we move the point from one quadrant to the near quadrant. 即係話，如果我哋依家淨係轉90度嘅話咧，咁即係話我哋將個點咧由佢呢一個 quadrant 咧轉到去佢附近嘅 quadrant 嚟嘅 ，OK， 附近嘅 quadrant。So in this time, I want to teach you if we want to rotate just 90 degree, okay, just 90 degree, all right. For this type of questions, okay, if you want to move to next quadrant, in this time, I want you to look at the coordinates of point M. So you don't need to consider the size of xy coordinate. You don't need to consider the size of xy coordinate. That means you don't need to consider whether the x coordinate and y coordinate is positive or negative. Okay, you just see it is 3 and 5. Okay, it's 3 and 5. So in this time, if you want to rotate it in 90 degree clockwise, okay, clockwise, that means in this direction, okay, that is clockwise. So from one quadrant to the second quadrant, the near quadrant. So in this time, I can tell you the xy coordinate, the positions of the xy coordinate is changed. Okay, what is the meaning of change? So before that, this one is x and y. Okay, this one is x and y. So in this time, when I rotate it in 90 degree, so it becomes to y and x. Okay, it becomes to y and x. Okay, so for example, in this time it becomes to 5 and 3. Okay, 5 and 3, because now you can see for point M, the value is 3 and 5. The value is 3 and 5. So now it becomes to 5 and 5, 3. Okay, 5, 3. So after I change the positions of xy coordinate, so in this times I can I need to consider the size of the xy coordinate. Okay. For example, for in the first quadrant, both x and y coordinates, the value, okay, they are positive number. Okay, they are positive number. Okay, so for this one, we just rotated. Now we rotate 90 degree. So in this time, if we want to rotate 180 degree, okay, if we want to rotate 180 degree, so for point N, the final position is at quadrant 4. Okay, and this one is point N. Okay, it should be point N, and the coordinate. Okay, and the coordinate should becomes to 3 and 5. Okay, just like what I mentioned before, the positions of the x and y should change. Okay, should change, and it becomes to 3 and 5. Okay, 3 and 5. And for the final step, you need to consider the size of xy coordinate. For example, the size of x coordinate for quadrant 4, this one should be positive, and however for the y coordinate for the quadrant, for the quadrant 4, it should be negative. Okay, it should be negative because it just below the x-axis, so it should be -5. Okay, so in this terms, after I do all things, I draw the figures and I know the answer, so I can write it down. The coordinate of n, is equals to 3 and -5. 3, -5. Alright, so that's all for part A. Okay, so we finish part A first. Thank you.